Hello, my name is Frank Wong. I'm a mathematician by training, textbook author, and now head of a school called the Oklahoma School of Science and Math. Today I'm going to give a brief cooking lesson. I'm calling this Cooking Lessons for Auntie Cindy. She's my younger sister, and she and her husband Steve are busy professionals with 4 adorable children. And the challenge here is, how can we cook up something that's tasty, that their children will love, and that's nutritious. So we're going to make some fried rice, and what I'm going to do here is take some takeout. This is takeout rice that has been sitting in the refrigerator. Sometimes it gets a little bit dried up, but that's fine. It makes perfect rice for fried rice. This is one of the tips here, is to get this diced ham. You can go to, this is from the neighborhood Walmart here, and this is ham that's already been diced up. We have some green onions and eggs. I'm going to show how easy it is to do in just about 5 minutes. So we're going to rinse some of the green onions. I'm going to chop the green onions here. And so this is something that does not require a whole lot of, I think, fancy preparation. We just need to chop up some green onions. Very good. Okay. And so here I'm going to come over here to the frying pan.
What do you set it to?
Okay, just turn it to high, and we're going to put some oil, cooking oil here. It does not matter what it is. I got sunflower oil that I'm putting here. Now here's a tip, is that when you're scrambling the egg, you don't need to beat the eggs. You don't need to beat the eggs, because that means extra cleaning, and you don't want to have to do that. So I'm just going to come here and take the eggs and crack it right here. So I'm heating up the oil, and I'm going to take the eggs and I'm just going to crack it right here onto the pot. So we won't worry about beating the eggs. If I were going to do that, that would take up, that would mean I would have to use a bowl. I don't want to do that, because that's extra cleaning that. So I'm going to scramble the egg. I'm going to scramble the eggs right inside the pot here. Okay, let's do. Generally, I put the number of eggs in for the number of servings. So if I got 4 kids or 4 people eating the fried rice, I'll put 4 eggs in there. Stir fry. So now I can see we're going to scramble the eggs. Okay. And so you can see we don't need to beat the eggs in advance. We can just stir them right here in the frying pan. Okay, very good. Okay. All right, now I'm going to get the diced ham here. Open up the diced. So this has been diced up in advance. So we put some of the diced ham in here. Okay. So I'm trying to minimize the amount of cleaning that I'm going to have to do. So I'm going to stir everything in here. I like to use kosher salt because it's harder to over salt something with kosher salt. So it's a coarser salt, so I use my fingers. Salt there. Ooh, you know what? I just realized I made a big mistake. I should have stir fried the green onions first. So that's completely my fault. I should have actually stir fried the green onions. So I'm sorry, I kind of messed things up. I should have done the green onions first, and then the scrambled eggs. Okay, very good. I'm going to lower the heat a little bit, and now I'm going to get the rice. So here I take the rice over here, this is just from the takeout Chinese food. You don't have to throw out the rice. So you kind of see you get some takeout Chinese food. We got some rice. Okay. I wish that we could kind of capture the aroma here. It's smelling really good. Put some more rice. All right. So now we're going to mix things up here. Kind of my secret ingredient is sesame oil. My kids really like sesame oil. Now, actually, it turns out that one of Auntie Cindy's kids is allergic to sesame oil. So you wouldn't put the sesame oil in there, but I think most kids, actually, sesame oil should be fine. My kids really love sesame oil. You don't have to use sesame oil. You can put some sesame oil in there, and then we're going to put in some soy sauce. And my son mentions to me, he's now in college, he mentions he really likes it when the rice gets a little bit crunchy. It kind of caramelizes a little bit. And so you can let that rice sit there. And so it'll have a little bit of a crunchiness there, right where the rice is in the pan, at the bottom of the pan. Sometimes what I do is I turn it lower heat, and I'll just grab a cover and let it sit here for a little bit. Let it sit there, especially when the rice is kind of dry. If you cover it up like this, it will soak in some of the moisture from the soy sauce. And actually, miraculously, this rice that's kind of hard, that looks kind of hard, that you might think is too dried up and has to be thrown out, can be made into some pretty good fried rice. So let's see. I'm going to get a little spoon here, just a second. Normally, I would probably just reach in with the spatula and get a little bite and taste it, but I don't want to get the viewers kind of grossed out. I don't want to do that, so I'm going to just take a spoon and do it in a more genteel way. And let's take a taste over here. Oh my gosh. Wonderful. So, add a smidgen more of where did I put the sesame oil here? Put a little bit more. Add a smidgen more of the kosher salt. Good. Wonderful. And here, in a short period of time, we have a nice, delicious meal for a hungry family. So, okay, very good. Maybe I'll add a little bit more soy sauce. Actually, I'm using here the lower sodium soy sauce. So if you're worried about the saltiness of the soy sauce, you can get the lower sodium soy sauce. And one of the key things to do when cooking is to monitor the smell. That you can tell if you're doing the right thing if it has if the food gives out a nice aroma. Somehow I feel like the heat unlocks the flavor of the food here. So I'm going to. So if you have rice that you feel is a little bit dry, it's rice that's been sitting on the fridge a little bit, you can cover it up. And if you let the rice sit at a lower heat for a little bit of time, it will develop a little bit of crunchiness. And I think I don't know quite the correct word, but it kind of caramelizes a little bit, and you get this nice crunchy texture. So, all right, bon appetit. I hope this little cooking lesson helped out a little bit. And so, so long until our next lesson.